Hello my friends, John LaRuffa here with another straight up solo playthrough. In this episode, we're going to do a redemption of my playthrough of Weather Machine versus the Saboteurs. Last time I made a lot of errors and rule mistakes and they smoked me pretty good. This time, I hope to make no mistakes, no errors, and hopefully beat them as well. So stay tuned if you want to see another game of Weather Machine and how I fare. Okay, and as usual, folks, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. And if you have, thank you so much for your support. All right, so let us see what we are going to do this time. We have the AI, the Saboteurs, already have a little bit of winter and sun focus. And they have the white and the beige or peach colored resource. I started with the white gear, and I'm thinking based on what's coming out here that there's a possibility that the experiment for rain might go, but there's almost guarantee the experiment for the wind might go. So that means if I want to do the wind, I should be focusing on some blue storage of my stuff. And so with my first turn, you do the supply phase as usual. I think I'm going to begin by going to get a blue. So that will cost me one supply to get a blue. That way I have something to contribute here. Put it over there. Then I'm going to spend another supply to get a bot out of here. And I'm going to do this one, which gives me a voucher for the government track. So I can kind of get over there, do some things. And then I'm going to spend one more, maybe two more. No, I don't have a, yeah, I definitely want to get another one of these tiles. So we'll definitely spend another one for, let's see. So I could use I don't know, there's no green out there. Green would be nice. So instead, I'll do this. I'll pick up this guy and I'll put that there, move him there. And I will spend another one to get another green. All right. So doing that, I've given myself a couple options. Option number one, I could go over here, spend the blue. Option number two, I could go over here, get in on some of the weather to get some more. I really want to research the wind as fast as I can. So I can use that over here to spend and put that out with the green. And I wish I had a better gear to start with either a green or the red, but I don't. So that won't help. But what else I could do is I could decide to spend, and this might be the way to go, I could spend two more science points to unlock this to get me the green and really open up everything I could use. And maybe I'll just go all in on that approach. So let's go ahead and spend two, pull him off, and then get the greens. So that's a big investment for the beginning right there. All right, and then we are done. Now, let's think about what's next. Okay, to lead this off, I think what I'm going to do is going to send my bot, let's do this government action here. So I'm going to do the left side. I dropped it down one, that will put me over here. Then I could put my new little bot right there. And I'm going to take the one that gives me the free, without having to spend a chemical. Do I want to do that? Or I could do this. That might be actually more helpful because that'll get me in on the ground action quicker. So if I do that, that puts me there. So, yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this one right here, put it over here. All right. And then I get to take, well, let's put the green out there. Then I get to take one of my research awards and, oh yeah, by the way, do that. Put one on there. Okay, so that'll be my first turn right there. That looks pretty good. And then let's go ahead and put this right on the one that gives me some more supply, I believe, instead of the bump on that. Yeah, let's do that. Two more supplies. So we have a little bit more going in the beginning of the game. All right. So now with him, he is going to take his gray guy. He's going to put it on the research action over here. He's going to go here. So he's going to do the and that means that first he's going to take one of his bots and place it on the spot for the section of the previous weather, which is going to be the snow, if he has the ability to pay that first resource here, which he does not. So he doesn't have the ability to pay any of those. So the next thing he would do would be then to go to rain, and he does have the ability to pay rain, and it says put it on the top one if you can. Well, the top one he can't do, but he can do this one over here. So he's going to put his bot there. He's going to put this over here, and in doing so, he will then gain a rain. Now he'll come to the next spot, and he will do a very similar thing based on what he can afford. In this case, because we're back to the situation of what he can do, he can't do either of those. He'll go right to the, based on his white priority, he'll go to the sun. So he's going to place it on the bottom space of the sun. I shouldn't say bottom because it will be the top space of the sun, but he can't do that. So he'll go all the way to the bottom because of this. He'll put this out here. He'll collect the sun. Okay, so he's done all those things, and now that's basically his turn. So we should be good to go. And he has two of these. Now, if he had three, he would then unlock and wreak havoc, but he does not have that. So we're good on that side. Next time he's going to go to the government side with that guy. All right, what am I going to do? I guess before, when I won't be taking this action next, I will be going to do this. So he's going to run the experiment like you said. It does not run. It was the winter experiment. So that fails to run. And when that fails to run, the Lativ bot moves over here. This guy goes off to the side. And if there was a winter space in this mix, it would get discarded. But there is not. So it doesn't run, so nothing happens there. And we then move to the next section, which would be see if Lativ was here, we get income. It is not. So now it comes back to me proper, and I've got a little bit of a choice here. One of the things that I could do would be to go here and kind of work on my plan. But before that, that's why I got this. I don't need to do what I was just saying, because I can go here and not spend anything to do exactly what I wanted to do. The only question or issue is if I do that, then I'm not going to have a bot for this next space. But maybe that's okay. Maybe that's all right, because I'm still going to get what I need, which is investing in these, which is where my head is at least to the beginning, to make sure that I'm going to be capitalizing when the windstorm comes. So let's go ahead and do that. So first things first, I flip this over, and I will take this side of the action. And I will move this up one, and then I will place my bot on the spot, and I don't have to spend the chemical that I want to place him right here. So that at least saves me a chemical, and we're in good shape there. And then when that machine activates, I'll be able to get hold of that. Now, as my main turn proper, I have one of all sorts of things, but I don't have any bots, and without a bot, that's really not helpful to have just one. So I guess I'm going back to supply. That's what I'm going to do, whether it's the best thing or not. I'm going back to supply. That's okay, because when I go to supply, a couple of things happen. Number one, I immediately can bump up on something. And I want to bump up, I believe, in thinking about next time, probably on the government track, because I only need one to do everything else that I'm looking at. So I'll bump up on the government track one, or maybe it makes sense. Let's see. Might make sense to do another supply. Maybe we'll just do the supply. Yes. We will do the supply. Okay, so we'll go up on the supply. Now, The other thing is Latif is here, so the first thing he's going to do is move, and he always moves to the center space. I always say that. Is he the center space? Move branch, yes. Activate branch first and follow the arrows, yeah. So he will go. Let's refer to that. Sorry, leftmost space. He goes there, and because we're in the two-player game with him moving in that spot, he is going to snag this tile over here because of where the bot is located. So this goes out of the game. And because he moved there, I'm going to place that bot right there because this one already had some, so it just transfers down. Now back to me. So with what I'm going to do here, I have to get my hands on some more gears and some more chemicals. I got the chemical I need, but a gear or two would be better. The only problem is I'm not really in a good place to do that. So what I'll do is I'll get the chemicals for some other crafty maneuvers and unlock more bots. More than anything else, that's what I really need. So let's go ahead and spend 2 supply to unlock this bot so I can get one of these science vouchers. So that way when the time comes, I have a science voucher to get the points that I'm hoping for. So that's first thing. That's the most important reason I went there. And then I think I have chemicals I need. I'm not going to be able to get that. The extra laboratory spaces, I think I'm just going to unlock yet another bot. And in this case, let's take out the one that's going to help me. I guess we'll go with this one. So we have another lab token. All right, with that in mind, that should give me a couple of things to work with, and that I think will make it better for the next scenario set of turns, etc. Okay, so now he will move his white guy to the government track, and since I'm already over here, he'll put it right here. And because I am, or not, I'm sorry, not me, Latif. Latif's there, puts it right there. So Latif will then head over here. When he gets here, there's nothing he really can do because he doesn't need to, fuss with anything. But because Latif was there, we advance on that 1 point. I believe it's just 1. Okay, now since he isn't in the AND box, he is just going to skip right down to this spot right here where he will place one of his guys in a spot where he has a chemical that matches. But since he doesn't have a chemical that matches, you just skip all of this and you go right to flipping a card over into the discard pile, and he gains a chemical according to the usual cheapest things, which in this case will be this guy right here. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it won't be that guy. He'll be this one right here on the bottom because he doesn't have anything else to do. And that will effectively end his turn. And now we go to checking the weather and seeing if that runs. So with the weather, we would look to see if the rain spot has everything it needs. It does not because it's missing 2 bots there. So this will just get discarded out of the game. This will come down, and the weather machine did not run. But it does discard. He goes here, spot returns. All right, now we're in good shape for that one to run for me when the time comes, and I have the wind right where I was seeing it happen. So all things should be in good shape there. Coming back to me now, my turn. I would like to place this so I could get the right kind of combination. Okay, so the one thing that would make it better, and I guess this will all work. This will actually work real well. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to do an action over here, and I'm going to do this action right here. So I spend one of my R&D vouchers. I move this up. Then I place one of my bots right here in this spot. I have the chemical to go with it, and I have a white gear, which doesn't matter which kind of gear. So boom, there I go. And then I get a free bot, which in this case will be this one, and it will get me another supply voucher. All right, so we've done all those things, and then I get to take what I'm really looking for, which is this. Then my turn is over, so I put it down here, getting us ready for that action. Okay, then we come back to the bot proper. Now, last time I forgot when I did that whole thing was to discard the card. Here we go. He is now going to move the white guy to this location. Why do I keep doing that? I just want to put him actually furthest to the right, because that way I only took the one and I don't want to help him with any reasons. Okay, so then he goes here, and let's follow his situation now when he goes there. So he's going to go in the A slot. There's nobody next to him, so he doesn't do anything in that regard to bump his points up. Then he is going to go through his A turn with the warehouse, which will effectively get him some chemicals, basically. And let's go ahead and see what he's going to buy. So first he's going to switch the turn order, giving him 2 turns in a row coming up here. Then he's going to buy the chemical which he has the least of, and in this case, which one's the cheapest. So we look to the lowest one based on the priority, actually the highest one based on the priority over here. He's going to pick up a green. So now he has green. All right, the box turn, that turn should be over. Everything is good. We discard and draw a new one for him next time. Boy, we are in a run of the gray worker moving it over and over again. All right, now we've done his turn, we've done mine. We're going to now see if the machine activates. Lo and behold, it does activate. So what is going to happen is, in turn order, starting with him, but he's not there, he would get the opportunity to take all the actions, etc. And what's going to happen in this case, since it goes right to me, is I'm going to spend one of my science markers to get 2 points, getting on the board here. Plus, I get to take either that tile or, I would say, well, one of these or this. I'm taking the investment for sure, because I feel like I want to try to do a little better job with the investment tiles this game than I have in previous games. So we've done that, and then I get to take this, which I will put immediately over here. And it does not cover up anything, and neither did this one, so it just sits there waiting for me to take my next action. He returns, but he will take this one out of the game as per the rules. And then my bot comes back to a bot space. Now, the challenge I'm going to have is I'm going to be a little low. Oh, no, actually, I've got enough. Good. So this might all come together for once. Okay, so that happened when we ran. Nothing happened for them. Now this gets discarded. The weather gets worse in my 2 slot weathers, so it gets windier outside, which is inevitable. And that's out of the game. Then this slides down. This comes out, more wind, and this flips. Okay, so what I really want to do is keep control of this and not let the weather get too bad, because that's how I usually lose, is that he gets 3 over those, or it puts me in a real panic, and I don't want to see that happen. All right, no Sage C. Now it goes to him. He goes first, and he will then move his white suit guy over here, and he will take the and action, taking them both. And doing that, he will, let's see, first we'll be going through all this again. So he is going to choose the weather that looks to the previous one, and in this case it's the wind right here. So he's going to put his guy on a spot, if he can, with the wind with the right color. And he's also going to go to the lowest spot, so that's going to be this one right here. He's going to place that right there. Okay. And then, does he get anything? Yes, he should get the wind token. So he's got a lot of stuff, but he hasn't pushed it yet, which is a little bit unlike some of the other games I've had before with him. So now with that done, he's going to go to the next spot. He's going to look at where the priority is and it is going to be in a spot where, you know, he has the appropriate chemicals and where he can get his set collection done, which would be the sun, if he can. But he doesn't have that, so that won't work. So it would then be this rain, but he doesn't have that. So it's only the blue. So he really has the winter or the fog. So he's going to go with the winter, and just like before, he's going to put his guy right here. So he's really doubling down on a lot of these research spaces. And when he does that, he picks up the winter one. So he's got a couple things, but nothing has quite been unlocked yet. And so that changes the approach that he can't quite catch those in yet at this point. So his turn is done. This goes over here. And now we get Mr. Paper Reader for the next one. Okay, then it comes to me. So what am I going to do? I am going to publish for sure. And I'm going to come over here. So doing that will give me, let's see. So I will get 2 of these bonus resources, plus 1 for Lativ, 1 science. And in this game, I decided that being that there are 3 people on the board, I'm not going to play with the extra situation where you also get the bonus resource for what he is doing on there. I just realized I may have shorted myself. In fact, I know I shorted myself 1 resource here when I took this action, because you still get 1 for playing it regardless of who's over there or not. So I should have gotten 1 more of those. And in the very beginning, I shorted myself over here. So I should have gotten 1 more of those. So I fixed it now. That shouldn't be an issue. It was no gameplay issue. It didn't really stop me from doing anything. Okay, so let's move Lativ. Lativ is going to come over here into the center. And based on where the bot is, he is also going to take this and discard it out of the game. And he's going to add, and since there already are bots there, the first one is added right there for that. Okay, now, for me, the reason I went there is I wanted to publish my first experiment here. So I slide this over, and that unlocks another bot, which will get me 1 of these and 1 of these, and I have a spot for him. Thank goodness. Do I? Yikes! I don't. I don't like that, folks. I don't like that at all. So I'm going to change my mind. Instead of going over here, oh, well, I couldn't because that's Lativ's. Grrr. What could I do? Oh, is there anything? That is terribly unfortunate, but I don't have a spot. So I guess I'm just going to lose out because I still want to stick with this plan. It just so happened that didn't work so well. Oh, well, it is what it is. It's going to have to stay on the belt. So let's move that back down. All right. So let's move these 2 down to pay for that action like I was supposed to. So we paid for it. I moved that over, didn't get what I want, do get another investment tile. And at the beginning, I could have spent the investment tile to do this, which I will actually. So let's pretend at the very beginning, I did spend the investment tile, and that will let me get my first goal out here. And to be honest, these are always tough for me to figure out exactly what I'm going to actually get. The easiest one, I think, might be the gear one for me to see happen because it's just 3 gears. So I am going to play that. And I'm going to put it down in such a way that I have gears for this guy because I do want to see the government helping me. So let's play it here. And let's get a green gear. Oops. For the future. Okay, so that investment tile happened at the beginning turn, did this. Now, we're going to do that publish, like I said. So we've done that. We've slid it over. And I unlock, well, I score this. Well, first, I guess you unlock it. So I unlock this wind. So that is no longer in play. And then we because I unlocked it, I can pay one of these to get the 3 points, which is essential. All right, so puts me up to 5. I gain points for my contributions, and in this case, my contributions are all my own, so 2, 4, 6. So that's 6 more, puts me to 11. And I gained that investment tile a little prematurely when I did that beforehand. No, I have another one, sorry, because I slid over. Yeah, that's when you slide over. You don't get it twice, sorry. So I got it from sliding here. You don't get 2 of them. So it wasn't a perfect turn because I missed that bonus opportunity, which is unfortunate, but I'm just happy I published the paper so quickly because that gets me the opportunity to start working on that weather and knock it down, which is a part of the bigger plan here. All right, so now we go to, does it run the machine or not? Well, it does not run the machine. So what'll happen is this guy will be discarded. This tile will be taken out of the game. This will be slid over and down and flipped. And now we go over here. And so now we have a wind one that will probably run, and I would probably like to get in on that since there is a ton of wind out there. He doesn't have any either. Okay, no income from Latif. He's not quite back there yet. So now we come back to him, and he's going to go to the government track. He goes over here to the and space. When he's on the government track, the first he's going to do is he's going to try to put it in a spot where he has a chemical. He doesn't have any chemicals. So when he doesn't have any chemicals, we go through the deal where I think he just selects a chemical. Let me verify that. No, sorry, I mean he actually takes a chemical from the supply, and he will take the one in the topmost position, which is a white one. Now he will look and do the flip over spot for one of the ones that are in the matrix that he chooses through his tiebreaker. So he will look over here, look at the sun, and then from the sun he will do the upper one. So he will flip this guy over and effectively just take it out of the game. Nothing happens to it. It just flips over, and that's it. Then we're going to go to where does he want to do his thing? Well, he has these two which are really close, either or. So it's either going to be the winter or it's going to be the sun. He would do it where he has a chemical that works. In this case, it has to be the sun. So he's going to go ahead, he's going to put a bot in this spot right here. I shouldn't say chemical because, yeah, you do need the chemical, right? Yes, you have to play the chemical for that. All right, let's take a look here, just to be sure. Yeah, he plays the chemical. This is one of those little things that is just a smidge different in the actual solo way it controls itself versus what you do. So he does that. He's also going to take the one out of the position here at the top, I believe. Even though it's flipped, I think he just takes it out. Puts that there. Then he will, in fact, take that sun tile, like I said. So that means that he is going to then wreak havoc coming up here. So what happens is, with the sun, he has now unlocked the sun spot. So he's going to wreak havoc. He's going to discard those. He's going to put that sun weather, make it worse. And then what? Then he is going to, I think that's it. Yeah, so these go out. Effectively used. Let me just make sure. Pretty sure that's it. Yeah, not quite it. He takes one of these and it moves the game along faster. That's what he does. Okay. All right. So we're good there. His turn is done. And now it comes to me. What do I want to do at this point? I think I want to get in on this as best I possibly can. So in order to do that, Do I want to do any investment first and set myself up? Or do I want to look at a track payout? It's too early for a track payout, I think. I think the better thing for me to do would be to consider an investment or put one of these up here. Now, it's highly unlikely that I'm going to get those out there, but I do want to focus my efforts here. So I bet I can do this one. So what I'll do is I will start by discarding that, putting this over here, and picking up an appropriate chemical, which I think, in all honesty, should be a blue. And since it's more expensive, I'll take that now. It'll save me a little more in that. All right, so we've done that. Now, going to my turn proper, I want to move to this space. Oh, wait, no, I don't need a blue, because how else am I going to get that thing up there? I already got a blue. I'm going to get the white. Then I'm going to put that right there. So let's get my guy, Mr. Purple. Oh, he's already there. Come on, John, think about this. Think. Well, we're going to have to stall because I'm not going to get in on that, which is just a little unfortunate, but there's nothing I can do about it, really, unless I can think of a way to weasel it in, which I might be able to if I contribute to the right spot. And I'm going to contribute to the right spot. That is quite lucky. Okay, I can weasel this in for sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my guy on this location right here. And that's going to give me 2 of these lab vouchers. And I'm going to spend, because I want to do it this way, so I would be able to flip that over and take it right now. I have to do it this way. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to spend both of these, and that allows me to choose this one right here and get the immediate bonuses here and here. So that's 2 science, which is nice. Plus I flip this over, which immediately lets me go ahead and take an action over here. And I am going to take an action over there. I'm going to take this guy off, put him over here, not have to spend the thing I thought, which is totally fine. And there we go. Then I'll be benefiting from that, which I think is the best thing to do. I believe so. Why not? Okay, so we will do that. That is my turn. Now it will run the machine. We have both filled it up. So the first thing that happens is it does in fact run the machine. I get to, in turn order, spend 1 science point, which luckily I just picked up, to get 2 points, 1, 2. And then I could take another action out here. But that's not what I want, because I want more investment, because I said I'm going to be working on that and I'm going to stick to my goals. So I'm going to take the investment tile in this case, put it over here, and then I get to take one of these fog tokens, and he will remove the other fog token, come out, slide over, and I return home. Then this comes out, these slide over, and the fog weather gets worse. Okay, so things are getting a little worse for weather these days, but that's okay. No income. We're back to him. And let's see what he is going to do. All right, I know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to move his guy right here. He's going to get the and in placing there, he will first get one of these, which stinks because that means he's going to wreak havoc again, which is totally not what I need, but at least he wreaks havoc in that spot. So we'll get to that when we get there. Then he is going to choose the one that makes the most sense for him. And in this case, he doesn't have any of the appropriate chemicals he needs. So because he doesn't, what's going to happen is he's going to grab a chemical, and it says grab the one on the uppermost cheap one, which is this one. And then he's going to shorten the game even further by doing this, which is unfortunate for me because I've got to hurry up if I want to make this happen. So then after he has done that, he wreaks havoc like we talked about, and he is going to discard all of those. This time we are talking about winter So the winter key gets unlocked. The winter weather gets worse. And he then discards. Well, first we had to take this and move it over here, draw a new one, and then he will discard another one over here, shortening the game even more. So we've unlocked a lot of stuff, but I think we're in for some calm, at least for a little bit, because the winter weather is not going to run. That's going to move, but then he's going to go to rain, and it's going to be a little bit, so we're going to have just a smidge of a slowdown, which will help us kind of get things under control. So he's done that. Now it's my turn. And my turn, I want, but I can't get this going. So instead, what the best thing I think for me to do is to work on softening the weather situation over here, because he effectively will be able to do that if he could just get his hands on that government tile or another award, which then will be one of the three, and we don't want that to happen. I think that's the best thing for me to try to pull off here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my guy to the and space. Does the and space make sense? I don't even know, because I'm not able to test a prototype. Oh yeah, of course it does. Yes, it does. Because then, oh, I don't have the right gears. Oh, so difficult, because I want to put that over there. But that's what I have my abilities for. Watch this. Okay, and space. So let's first move Latif. He goes in here, and he puts this out. Now, with the and space here, I do get one of these. The first thing I want to do is this. So I'm going to spend one of these to move this over here. And yeah, I'm going to leave that investment where it is, what it's doing, because I don't have any room anyway. It's fine. Okay, I'm talking to myself too much. Let us think about how this is going to go. This is going to work. Okay, so then I'm going to play this guy. This is going to be to get this out of here. We're going to play him up here, and that gives me a new factory tile, which I'm in dire need of. I underline the word dire. All right, factory tile here. Might be nice to just get this one, since the rest of them are all very available, etc. Put that over there. And what I mean is, at least I get some different color with the green. I mean, that wasn't the best. It doesn't matter. All right, heck with it. So we've gotten that because of the reward there. Then I would get one of these if I could, but I can't. So because I cannot, I would either unlock one that's already locked, which is the win, but it's not, and I would get another investment tile, which I do need. Which I do need indeed. Okay. Then I'm going to complete the second half of the action. So I'm going to move one science point down and one of these down. Then I'm going to switch. Does this work? I just want to be darn sure. Yes. No. Okay, I can do it. It's just going to cost. So first of all, I need to spend 3 of these, 3 of anything. 1, 2, 3 for another science point. Then I need to spend 2 of anything to turn this from a green gear into a red gear, because that's the one that's going to match this up here, which is what I'm going to need. Okay, then I'm going to test my prototype. So in doing that, I've paid for everything. The first thing I need to do is make sure we're good, and we are. Then I need to spend 1 of those science points, which I can, to then take this gear, apply it, and take this right here and put it down and cover this one so I can get a gear, which I will need, and it'll be the green gear, ironically speaking, that I didn't have, that I had before, because I want to start fixing that up. And then, with all that done, I look at getting 2 points per stuff I apply. Well, he got 2 from that. I can't displace it. I could probably spend that green gear to deny on that situation, and maybe that's the right thing to do? Huh. Oh, boy, I don't know. I don't know if that is the right thing to do or not. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to hold it because I'm going to use the gear for something else. And if I lose by 2 points, well, foolish me. Then I'm going to get 2 for 6 points for my own cooperation. And I get one of these, which is worth its weight in gold to me because I need to get a bunch of them if I'm going to... Oh, I didn't put that out a long time ago. Sorry. Well, I'll just put it out at the end of this turn. It really wouldn't have changed anything. I may have given myself a little break on some other stuff, but I'll put it out at the end of this turn. Okay. So, I've done everything there. I've fixed up some of the weather, but I haven't completed the weather. It hasn't finished the fix completely. And that should be it for my turn there. All right, now putting this down here, I think it makes the most sense to just do this to give myself a lab push. And I'm going to hold on to this one because I can effectively hold on to it for a little bit until hopefully my plans come to fruition and we can fix that up. Okay, so my turn is done. Does Mr. Machine run? And Mr. Machine does not run, so nothing's going to happen there. So this guy is going to be discarded. This guy is going to be discarded. He's going to move down here. And the game marches on. Now, we do have an income phase. And in the income phase here, I'm going to get all the rewards printed over here, which means another gear, which is fantastic. So I'll take a blue. And then a point everywhere else, almost everywhere. One there, one there, one there, one there. Okay. And then Mr. Latif over here. Back to the challenger. He is going to go to the lab space, but he's already there, so he can't. So he's going to go over here. He moves over here. He increases the points by 1. He is just in this spot, so he's going to skip down to that first part. He's going to go right here. He's going to choose which one of these will help him. Either one, they're both locked. No, this one's not locked, so he would go technically with this, but it's full, so it does not help. So then he would go to this, and he does have the appropriate thing to put there, but it wants him to go to the top. It doesn't matter because he can't go to the top. So then he follows through. He places this here. He puts a bot here, and he will then get this rain tile, which he already has one of, but that's okay. I think that's the best way to go about it. Yeah, because he doesn't have any other ones, so it doesn't make sense for him to do anything else. Even though it's a second rain tile, it is still the way he would go with it. Okay, and that's it. At least I think that's it. If that isn't, I screw up the priority a little bit, but the only other thing is he might have gone there and gotten 5 points on me instead. But not even, because you would then go to this card and that would choose the rain first. So I think I did it right. Okay, he does not wreak havoc. This goes down, this comes up. It is my turn. Now, I want to get back to this spot in a bad way. And I really want, the only way to fix this situation is to have the government come in and square me away before anything happens here. So I really have to get that done as soon as possible. I'm going to be unlucky if he were to go, he's not going to go there. So that's where this thing comes into play, where you can really, you know, if it shortens the game if you do that investigation turn or whatever, where you add extra cards here. But sometimes you got to do it because it'll prevent the obvious turn from happening where, you know, it would worsen the weather on you. Either way, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get 2 of these first. Okay, then I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to take the green one and this worker, because there's no reason, well, it doesn't matter because the green and the blue gear are kind of synonymous there. So I'm going to take that, spend this. I'm going to pick up this guy. Oh, and shoot, I always keep doing this. It's very obnoxious. Before I do that, pardon me, I am going to do an investment. And I am going to put down this one for 3. And I am going to make sure that I don't violate any rules when I do it. Because I had the gear and that, so I'm not violating any rules. I am going to put it down here. I'm going to take the other red gear I need. That should not violate anything. Is that the red? This is the red. I played the wrong gear last time, I think. No? It's so hard to see. I don't know what this is. This is the salmon. This has got to be the red. Yeah, doesn't matter. Matters what I... Yes, I am right. This is the red. Jeez. Okay, sorry about that, folks. The red. I did it right. I put that down. We're good there. All set. Okay. Then I have taken the action that I want there. And this move over to that spot cost me the 1. I'm doing a little out of order. I apologize for that. But then I get this, which I really don't need. I'm going to put it over here. And I was supposed to move this up. And I'll move it up again, putting that over there. Okay. Again, the whole reason for that is I need the government to help me out. So I did that, I did that, I did that, I did that. We're good. And I don't have any more to spend on any of this, and that's okay. I couldn't do it anyway because I'm right here. And in fact, it makes sense just to be over there on the safe side. Okay. Coming back to see if the machine will take action. It does not run. There is no rain to discard. So it goes over here, it moves over here, and now we're going to have some more wind problems. I cannot let that run, or that will really hose me up. Okay, so it comes back to him. He is going to take his white guy and put it over here. And in doing that, raises this up 1 point. And in that spot, he can only do the bottom half of it. Since he has no chemical, he can't do the bottom of it. So he's going to shorten the game again and get himself the cheapest of chemicals right here. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to outlast this stack. He's just burning it so fast. Yikes. Well, I guess the fastest thing I can do to do that, but see, I can only publish, yeah, that's almost unheard of. I mean, it is possible. Let me think about this. So, with the way it's going, let me see. What I'm trying to think about is, and I think it is possible for me to do that. I can't contribute to that again. No, it isn't. Unless the government fixes it up, then I can publish another paper. And ultimately, I just need more of these. So, okay, let's see. Going back to the plan here, I got to get out of here before I can get in there again. I do not want that to run, so we're not going there. And so then I guess the best thing for me to do would be to go to where Latif is, I think. Because I don't, well, I have a white. Never mind, that could work. No, that couldn't work. I think it does make the most sense to go down to where Latif is and get some stuff from the market. So let's think about that for a second. Well, after some careful pondering, I've decided I'm going to use this token to actually place one of my robots in a spot over here without having to spend. Now we're going to go over here. Go over here. Without having to spend the chemical. I can discard this red one. I was thinking I needed a red one from here, but I don't because the government has to do that. So I discard that. When I don't place the chemical, I still need to get the chemical from the supply, I'm pretty sure. I don't think you can just leave it that way. So I just took it from the supply. I could be a little wrong on that, but I don't think that's going to be end of the world if I'm wrong. And then I get to pull a new one. Now I get to pull a new robot, and because I have 5 of these out here. I can pull from this slide, which is better. And I want to pull this guy right here in order for me to get another power of my choice, which is going to be this one. Because after doing all that, and of course I didn't do this, then I get this, which is important, which is crucial, really. Okay, so with all that done, thanks to this action and that great tile, now I want to take the guy over here and do a very similar thing, I think. Because I'm wanting to try to focus on something I can get something done with. And so I don't know why I wouldn't. I could get the winter. Just trying to be very sure I don't torpedo my own game here. The other thing I could do is put one guy over here, and but that doesn't really help because I don't have the correct stuff to do it. But that's how I would get this winter thing going. Winter is also unlocked. All right. Let's do this. Let's spend the 1. Let's move him. Like we said, we're going to go to the far right because I can't do the and since I don't have everything I need. I'm going to advance this and then I will put down my last bot here. We're going to put him here. Sorry. You're not thinking. You don't need another one of those. What you do need is you need a white. So we're going to put it here. And since I don't have the white, I got to spend 2 of something. 1, 2. Sorry, since I don't have the red. Swap it with this one so I can do that. Then that will give me what I need. I've placed it down. I get to advance on one of these. I'm going to actually advance on this one because I'm about to strike that one in a second. And with that in mind, I will then get this. And I should have played this. I guess you have to play them all. I don't know if you can only hold 1, but I got it in the beginning of my turn, but I placed them all now. So this is going to go here. This is going to go here. And most likely, the next thing I will do next turn is put that there and publish. But I can't because I'm there, so I'll do a little back and forth action, but it'll all, I think, work out. Okay, so my turn is finished. Now we go to see if the machine runs. Thankfully, it does not run, so this gets discarded. There is a windy one, so it does get discarded. Whoa, don't need a bungle. And he moves over to this spot. Okay, no income back to our buddies over here. So he cannot take this action because he's already there. So what he's going to do is he's going to go to the center action right over here. And it's an and space. And so unfortunately for me, he's going to take this, which is going to mean he's going to wreak some havoc on me, which isn't cool. And then he's going to look down and see where he can put his guy. And he could put his guy on a spot. He's going to want to put the spot where it's going to help him, which would be the rain first. He does not have a flame for that, so then he's going to go to the next one around, which would be the sun. So he is going to put his guy right here. I think that's how it works. Yeah, because what's going to happen is then he's going to ruin the weather on me regardless. See, he puts it down here, but because he's participating, even though it doesn't run, he's going to ruin the stupid weather. There's nothing I could do about that. Okay, so he discards that. It goes back. And that's the way it's going to go. I wish he would have done something else. There's nothing I could do about that. Okay. So then he does wreak havoc. So this goes out, this comes up. He now will wreak havoc on me by using this one, where he will just get 5 points, raise this by 5, and then discard yet another card. Those will be out of the game. All right, so it's just so difficult to try to figure out how to crack this one. All right, I think that the best thing for me to do, again, like I said, is publish. And I have plenty of things to publish. I could do that right now, or I could at least get the government to come in and do something. Going there will not help me one iota. All right, so what I'm going to do is first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the investment now to flip this over and get stuff off the track. I'm going to do this one here. And so I get to bump this up. So in order to do that, oh, I can't do that. I guess I have to do this one. Darn it. Okay, well, I'm going to flip one of these over. It doesn't matter which. So that I can get the benefits over here. And that will be a chemical of my choice, which I think makes the most sense, I suppose, to be a red chemical. And then I will get a bonus of my choice. Might as well take this one. All right, I wish I could have done that, but it did not happen. The other thing I could have done was the other one for the gear and 3 points. But I'm going to need the chemical more to try to get in on this action, if it's even going to be possible. Anyway, okay, so we've done that. Now we take the first turn. On my turn, I do want to do some publishing. So I am going to come back here, and I'm going to go here. This is going to be tight. I don't even know if it's going to be possible, but we'll see. Okay, so then in this spot here, I can only do one. I have to pay 2 from the lab track. 1, 2. I will now play this. So I have the 3 I need. So then the first thing that happens is this slides over and I get to bump up 2. So I'm going to take 1 over here, and I'll probably take 1 on the prototype spot. Actually, no, I'm going to take 1 over here because I know I'm going there soon. Okay, and then that slid over. I unlock this. I pay 1 to get 3 points for unlocking it. And then I get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more points for the publication. Puts me to 30. Having done all that, I then get my investment token. And when I went here, I forgot, like I usually like to get my bonuses for going there. Don't know why I forget. Okay. So my turn's done. Does the machine run? No, it doesn't. But because he's here, he remains there, and this weather worsens. Whoops. Where is it? What did I do? Oh. There we go. I put the wrong one out a long time ago. I apologize for those poor people agonizing over that. So actually, I might be able to unwind that before it's too late, but we're going to see what happens. All right, so then he moves down, and my... Oh, it was the sun one that goes. Sorry, I still made the mistake over here, but now the sun one gets worse. I'm truly not prepared for any stretch of the imagination. Crud. Let me think about, I got to review this because this couldn't operate and there wasn't a tile on there. Let me just be 100% sure that what I'm saying makes some sense here. Okay, so I'll be sorry for that. I'll be interested to see in the comments what happens because this exception does not really make it clear. Since there was no sun to discard out there, all it says was, if an experiment does not run, but at least one saboteur bot was present in the branch, a new extreme tile weather is placed, which I did, as if it had run. However, no rewards are given for the experiment and is discarded as normal. Saboteur bot stays in the branch. So I think I did everything, but there was no one out there, so I still think I played it right. But I'd like to hear what you say in the comments if I was supposed to not ignore it, period, because that was not in that location. Don't know. That's the way it's going to be. Okay, so That just happened. There is no income, comes back to him. He is going to now go where Latif is, and he's going to use his white guy to do it. So he puts it over here, and then Latif is going to immediately move to the spot over here, and it's going to try to discard one of these, which it can, and then this is going to go into that spot. Yikes. That could really screw me up if I'm not careful. That really could screw me up if I'm not careful. Okay, he's already in first place. Then he's going to get a free chemical. He's going to get the chemical that's on the lowest, that he has the fewest of, and there it is. All right. Yikes, yikes, yikes. So this goes down. Let's just see, because we may have a situation in our hands. He's going to go to where Latif is again. And what is that going to do? Is that going to ruin us? No, it won't. I don't think it will. But we cannot have that activate. But I'm probably going to lose anyway because he has just one or two more cards left. Even still, I feel like I played a good game. Well, good for me. But let me see if I can at least do what I was hoping to do, just for good measure. Okay, so on my turn now, I'm really going to have just a couple things left that I can actually pull off here. And then the first one was going to be to go there. However, with no bot, that's not going to happen. I overspent myself on bots. And so, kind of in a predicament. Can I get a bot anywhere by activating this? I do not believe I can. Oh, that is very unfortunate. It just seems like a flop. All right, let me think here. Think this through, but I think there's nothing else I can do. I published it. Well, there is something I can do, but I don't have enough gears for it. So let's do this. All right, let's go ahead and let's take this guy and activate another one of these. And I believe there's nothing stopping me from doing that. I can flip that over. And does that help? What's this going to do for me? So I need another gear. Oh yeah, not this one. I need to flip over this one. Yes, so I can go here and I can get 3 points in the gear. So let's get 3 points in the gear. So 1, 2, 3. And then the gear I need here, in this case, is going to be white. Yeah, I don't know if this is a good job or not, but it's good. It's what's going to happen. So then I'm going to take my turn by moving my guy here. But I'm not going to do the and because I don't have the stuff I need to get all this done. Although it would be sweet, I'm missing a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to put it over here and do the or. So I have published. So then what I can do is I can put this out effectively on one of those spots. I'm going to take this here and I'm going to put this on the gear spot to get the red gear that I need. And then getting the red gear that I need, I am going to run this to make myself in better position. And that's blue, perfect. Okay, so in order to do what I need to do now, I'm going to score. I have to pay the red gear here. Come up with that. That's 2. I have to pay the white gear here. That's 4. I have to go down 2 on this track. 1, 2. I could pay the blue gear here to deny him the points. I will. So that gives me 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's 8 points for what I'm looking to do. Puts me to 41. And then I get another one of these. Which is cool, but not cool enough because I'm going to run out of time. Oh, and when I went there, I should have gotten one on the government track. So that at least makes me feel good that I contributed. But I don't think it's going to cut the mustard. Okay, so these are all gone. My turn is over. Now we see if he's going to work. He is not going to work the machine because there's not enough. This gets discarded. And this goes out here. Okay, back to our saboteurs. So Lativ, or this guy's going to move to where Lativ is. He moves to where Lativ is. He pushes his score up one more point. And then he is going to, because it's an or, he's going to skip the first part, go to the next part, see where he can play. He only can play in one spot, so he's going to play here. Bam. Put his guy there. Discard this. And put a white gear, in this case, on the top spot. Getting this out of the game right there. And then when he does that, he will get his fog token like so. Government does not run their machines. Okay. So then, effectively what will happen is, I'll have one more turn with him most likely, and then if it comes back to him and I haven't ended the game, that'll be it. So, in order for me to prevent that from happening, I have this turn, and next I have 2 more turns. I might be able to at least not have an automatic defeat. I don't think I'm going to beat him, but at least in this case, it would be helpful. I don't know. All right, well, I need to get this goal. I need to get this goal. So those 2 things have to happen, at least for me to get 10 more points, which would be enough to do something. And I can't publish again. So the only thing that I can do is the original plan, but I don't have any gears. Crap. I needed a blue gear, and I spent it like a fool accidentally on denying him the points because I lost track of what I was doing. So in the interest of it not fussing with the game, I am going to back myself up those 2 points and keep my blue gear. But that doesn't matter because the blue gear, well, yes, I can set it aside. So there was a spot for me to set it aside. I know it's a little chintzy. Sorry, folks. I'm going to try my absolute best to not lose track of what I'm doing. But there's a lot going on in this game. So I apologize. So let's, walking that back, getting the points, giving him the points instead. Now we go to what I'm going to do. And I still don't have the robots. And that is the quintessential problem. And it's going to cost me big time. Unless there's any possible way to do it without, and I don't think there is. Crap. Well, because either way, I think I have to get more supplies. So that one mistake way back in the beginning when I couldn't get the robot, that is going to penalize me for good. Well, let's just do it. Let's just see what happens. It would have been cool if I could have pulled that off. Anyway, we'll come here. We have to pay 1 of something because I couldn't afford it. I'm going to buy a robot. The best robot for me to buy at this moment. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I even can buy one from there, but it'll cost me 3 supply. But if I do buy one from there, does that do me any good? No. It just pushes over those markers. Well, it could help a little bit, but darn. Well, I don't have a bunch of anything else, so I really should only buy what I can afford. I'm going to buy it from there, and then that is going to move this up 1 more. And regrettably, that is my turn. What a weak little turn that is. The other thing I could potentially do, see, that would publish me a paper, but it wouldn't help me. Yeah, see, I'm going to be a little out of turns. That's okay. That's all right. We're just going to do it that way. We'll have the government do its thing, and we'll lose. But it is what it is. There was just a lot of times where he sped things up. Got me out of kilter. Okay, so then we come back to him. He is going to go to this turn or this spot here. He does the and. So the first thing he's going to do is place in the winter, if he can, which he can. And then we're going to take one from the supply. And since he placed in the winter, he would then unlock it. If it wasn't locked, he'll get 5 points more. It's going to put it 53. Okay, and then he will go focus on what he would be able to do. The best thing for him would be to get this one, which would be here. He doesn't have a chemical, so he can't do that. So basically, he would just get the chemical that he wants, but he can't discard the card. So yeah, that's that. And then his turn is over, and we go to me. Oh, when I went to me last time, I jumped right to him, and we were supposed to make sure this couldn't run, and it couldn't run, so there we go. Nothing really changes there. Yeah. Okay, now it's back to me, and this is the last turn of the game because then it's going to end immediately with failure. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish it up where I'm going to go here, and I'm going to get this and this. And I'm going to pay the gear and go here to get this, which I could use, which I don't know if it's going to do. No, I can't even use it because I don't have anything to use it with. And this blue gear goes here. Now, I get 9 points for him running this machine over here. So that would have been really cool. And then this unwinds, which is also cool. Kind of prevents some of the bad things from happening. But as it is, that's it. So with that being said, he comes back and immediately he has discredited me because he cannot take the final action here, and it's over. I don't score anything and I lose. But at least in this case, I think I did everything without making any mistakes. Hopefully this was a much more helpful review for you to see all of the actions of the game without confusion. Thank you so much for watching if you stuck with me. I really enjoy this game. It's just a delight to play. What I was hoping to do at the very end was to be able to bust this out here, to publish another wind, and then put this out here to get my third one of these, and then at least end the game by getting the Nobel Prize. Now, I don't think I would have gotten the 30 points I need to beat the man, which is insane, because basically the way it works is if you complete the game, then in order to win, you add 30 to his score, and that's what you have to complete it to win, which is really tough. I don't even know how in the world I'm not there yet, but there has got to be a way. I'm going to figure it out. I really enjoy this game. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Whatever you decide to play in the future, hope you have a fantastic time doing it. Take it easy.